Now, let's go to the Odododiodio constituency. It's where we have our own Manuel Cranting, just to gauge what the mood there is, and also ask some relevant questions. Over to you, Manuel.
Yeah, so Roland, I'm here at Jamestown, specifically at the Jamestown police station. And indeed, this is the place where the event happened, if you like, the incident, the attack, the alleged attack on the Member of Parliament for the Odododiodio constituency, the Honorable Nilante Vanderpoy. In fact, this is what is left of his official vehicle from Parliament. Tires, best, from what we hear, attacks from the gentleman who allegedly attacked him. Well, the people here are quite tight-lipped. Nobody wants to really talk because they feel a bit, apprehensive. They feel that, well, anytime there is a build-up to election, well, these incidents are recorded. You remember that in 2012, there was an attack on the Honorable Esla Owusu. In 2016, there was a parliamentary debate organized here for the parliamentary candidates. That event degenerated into, a scuffle. People sustained knife wounds and so on and so forth. And so I've been trying to get a number of people to talk to me, on what exactly they feel about this, incessant violent incidents here in the constituency. Well, for them, in fact, some of them have been telling me that if a sitting member of parliament, can be attacked and assaulted, they feel a bit, unsafe. That what will happen to them if they were found in the same situation that you had the member of parliament, sometime yesterday. Well, I've been speaking to the police officers in charge of the case. They said that investigations currently are still ongoing, and they are unable to tell me exactly how far the investigations have gone. But I see a number of people in their homes. And Roland, as you know, day has already broken, and people are going about their normal routine. People selling and people, bathing their kids and so on and so forth. And so I try to speak to a few of the people here. Good morning, good morning. Great. Good morning, good morning. Hey. Great, good morning. MP Nita say no about attack. Okay. So Roland, as you can see, people are being really tight-lipped about the situation. I'll try to speak to a few more people. Good morning, sir. I told me Manuel, join news. I can't BNA MP Nita no Nilante Vanderpoy about attack na yile. On way.
Me bien yo she beni incident happy no me kashin inuni ablo ninjepo she anukwale ni yo me ina yenu magbone yin ina ka jilemu she no me beni jopo si ne happy ni ebeli ejemuku na ke monhu no me bis aka o mini e happy na according to the many your area be ni sine happy am get boy te asha picture afa toilet ku ni machine na ke former and in assemblyman toilet ko ni machine mo ya sha picture gbekemi no ni boy say ni o je me kele bon gidigidi femu akemi no by this time ba sha picture no me kele bon gidigidi femu na me kele ba police station ni na ba lock le no fi aka twa honorable ni ji MP ko ne ba ni e ba belile no le ba ni fi wa bele fi aka boy say kele bon gidigidi femu lo jino na ke boy say kele fe gidigidi na yile yeah that is not meanly.
Well, Roland is telling me that, well, he personally didn't see the live action go down, but he heard sounds and shouts of people calling for help all the way from the police station, which is just about 50 meters from where I'm standing now. He narrates to me that the MP's cameraman went to take pictures of a completed toilet project that was constructed by the former assemblyman. And so the assemblyman asked his boys, to ask the cameraman to stop taking the pictures. That ended them up in the police station where the MP tried to bail his cameraman. And that's how come, he was assaulted there. But, okay, MP abayile bi ni ka MP kra ayile boni tafla che MP jiboe ka baba anya yibo.
Oh, mokonya yimi because the way ni ona be the way na feel politics be a different. Ona I feel the party. Okay, mokoyina anukwale po alonu ko e. Ko we no wana envy. Ko to ai ni po e mokodi wana. Ona because the way na me feel politics be a different because me no ni happy kenke bo ake mi share embe mi share yi. Because ka makembe mi share mi ne wo any fege mo na yi. Onuji me no ma we na kan because let's start.
Okay, let's start.
4 years ago, Belen they start. Leneyana ji megani bi. Ni mene use ke yi me no ni fiona kan ni bi no. Lene start e age tem ngenye ba beni million ni kegbe e ba yini la te banama. E yizo la hun ye bi ni ji former ni assembly ma ile bi ya police station no. Onunji amana yi esla gani bi onunji no that's no ona ge bogame wo you no ga tona ge twatete onunji mi imbe mi she aga no ni happy sa ni happy esa na ga no go happy shi boje na ga ngbe onunji no je na ga ngbe ba cha no.
So Roland, he's telling me that he's not happy with the incident that went down yesterday in relation to the MP, but he alleges that all this started from the MP himself. He mentions 2012 and says that the MP had arranged for boys to go and attack the Esla Owusu. Also mentions that in 2016, the current parliamentary candidate of the NPP, Nilanti Bannerman, was also assaulted by the sitting MP, Nilanti Vanderpoel. And so for him, what's good for the goose is also good for the gander. And so Nilanti Vanderpoel, according to the gentleman I'm speaking to, called this upon himself. He's however calling that these things are ended in a constituency. Well, ni aba fon shiki December ne. O shegbe ake magic mene ayimene wo ayimene nya shegbe.
O da no go ba fon le pepe. O shiki aba fon le pepe no go ba. No go vote la vote on le pepe. All the time da na fiti obi egbe ko je Jamestown ko abinu tumo. Aye bo ba ke Dano Jamestown be basa ni ke na kan ni onushi meme good people me na me benakai onushi she ayu ake Jamestown ni geniki she wo benakai Odododiodio benakai onushi but cash politics be e she vote mo be ni onu ne ke magia we mo jinke ni bi ne she about foshi ozikela about fon le pepe no go happy.
Well, so thank you, Ofanorado. Well, he's telling me that he's confident that the election is going to happen almost event-free. He says that these things are expected. A number of these things happen every now and then, but eventually they get to go through the elections without any eventuality. I'll cross over now and speak to a few people here. Morning. Ofane ake nye MP Anita seno abayile inlege jonu ye
nuno gunagambo shi no me ya jame mo shi nuno gunaga
onuno kunakan show ya ajen ake neke majani bi e bawa ke dia afon shiki ke ni bi
e fon ka shi esa ni wo mo gbe ni naga ni bi happy because e chon noya keji mbuku ni ogele pan gbe no eto ashi bo wa yile alo o wa take advantage eno afi eno le begwen na kan
si nakamaje ni be no happy o yi o ka ke nke bo pan gbe no beto aka wa yibo
sometimes say if you want more revenge ona egole mogwe fe bonugo o bo ni bo na advantage bo wa fi le ku no meji no ni ke na gamaja ni bi eba ona kaji so asini woden jo wo ngage shi kaji onyemi go tono ona je no twa shi bo kaji bo ona chance bo o wa fe le ku ona no le yin
no le yin. Well, Roland, he's telling me that it's a matter of revenge and reprisals, so that if somebody wrongs people, then when they get to their advantage, they also want to return the favor. And he's calling that these acts be abandoned by the perpetrators and so on. Police for be dane ka afe ni anu na ka ikole amomene alomene be me ni fi ono ahie gbe no na kan.
Well, as I get back to my discussant, Sheikh, if you look at the people who live in some of these communities, the flashpoint, then the general voter population, what should be the level of engagement, Sheikh, at your level, as clergy, peace council, you as Codeo, etc., so that they then will put enormous pressure on the politically exposed person, the state actors, to do what is needful? Do I still have Sheikh? Okay. Can I make you answer that question, Ms. Adam Buda?
Please come again.
Now, we have us as voters. My colleague has just been speaking to residents of Odododiodio, for example. We have many other flashpoints across the country. Then we have the rest of us, the general voter population. Ideally, what should be the sort of engagement that we needed, the Peace Council, Codeo, the rest of you, the bodies, the institutions, the individuals, so that we put enormous pressure on the politically exposed persons, the institutions, and the actors to do what is needful or right by us?
Well, I think what we should have been doing, which we haven't done so well, or we haven't done, at all, should have been, especially, we know these flashpoints, we have always known them. And we know that whatever the case is, usually in these areas, just like one of the guys who was interviewed did say, they tend to revenge. You beat me up when you were in power. When you go out of power, we have power, so we would beat you. But how much dialogue have, probably taken place? None at all, if you ask me. These are areas that one would have expected that the MP and probably his competitor, the other competitor, the PC on the side of the MPP and other political party actors in that area or in these areas are, brought together, even if it's going to be quarterly, to ensure that they understand the essence of democracy, the essence of politics. It's not about who has more muscles. It's not about who can, fight. It's about ideas, just sharing ideas. And if you go to the polls and you lose, we wish you better luck next time. Whoever wins, we congratulate you. But unfortunately, these engagements have really not taken place. I think Dr. Sasante also did raise the issue of the NCCE. Yes, if you look at how incapacitated a while ago the NCCE was, I think in recent times they have been given some number of vehicles. I'm not sure because it came out that the vehicles were that of the national security or so that were given to them to use for during the period. But how resourceful is the NCCE? Because if they are not resourceful, it becomes very difficult to go into the hinterlands or these areas and get these people to dialogue. And also, how much power do our officers in uniform, the security agents, those in uniform who are clothed with power to enforce the law, how much power do they have? Even with the issue of dialogue, they themselves within these communities should have also played lead roles when it comes to ensuring that, the contenders and people who are likely to foment trouble are forewarned that if you foment trouble, you will be arrested. And as we speak, if we go on this way, Neil Lante he mentioned some names, means that these are people they know. Why have they not been arrested? The Peace Council, I was expecting to hear the Peace Council speak. The Peace Council Secretariat or the Peace Council should have spoken. The clergy, most of these people would belong to one religious body or the other. We have the traditional council. As this conversation goes on, the democracy, this type of modern democracy came to meet the traditional setup. How much is the traditional setup involved in ensuring that this type of violence is something that doesn't become part of our politics? But somehow, we haven't been able to engage these people. These people haven't engaged us as citizens, and as probably our leaders have not also gotten them, involved. Let's not wait so that when elections are coming, they have got land cruisers. Land cruisers are given to, paramount chiefs and given to lead, these traditional leaders. Let's ensure that within their jurisdiction, where there's likely to be confusion or likely to be chaos. These people are given what it takes to be able to bring the feuding parties together.
Yeah.
And remember, the traditional leaders in our communities are so powerful. They are so powerful they can make and unmake you. And so if we can use them and use them well, Roland, what is going to happen is that some of these barbaric acts we are seeing in these communities will not happen, because then, you know, chances are that the chief is going to summon you to his palace. You are going to be, you know, asked to bring some rams, do this, do this, do this, while the law takes its course. But unfortunately, it looks like all the channels of ensuring these things are done away with in our society have not been properly used or utilized. And so that is why we are where we are today, because then the engagement probably has never taken, is not taking place the way it should take place.
Okay, okay. Dr. Sasante, I want you to have the last word. 97 days to the election, and it means that something critical needs to be undertaken. What should that be in 2 minutes?
Yes. One, they need to go to the table, have a dialogue. That is what I was saying, that you need, in countries such as Cambodia and all that, they have ethics, election ethics that people go sign to it, and they review them from time to time, weekly or half a week and all that, so that any other problem that will come out within this time, they are able to address it. My colleague Bona also said about the involvement of traditional people in such a process. It's very good. It's not late. They can still begin to look at that and then implement it effectively. They should also make sure that the political education goes on effectively. You are not looking for power to destroy your society, and that there is the need for all the political actors to be able to have a certain sense of direction, that all that you want to do is look for power but in a peaceful manner. And then the voters also have a responsibility to reject people who are violent. That is the way forward. Reject those who are violent, and next time it will serve as deterrent of those who want to plunge the area into chaos.
Thank you very much. Dr. Kwame Asante, lecturer, Political Science Department, the University of Ghana, and also Chief Executive for Security Warehouse Limited, and security consultant Adam Bona helping us with the discussions. Early on, we had Sheikh Karimiao Shaibu, co-chair the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers. But we told you that we have a next conversation about the National Science and Maths Quiz. We're bringing it back from the 8th of September to 8th October 2020. This channel and the rest of the platforms in the multimedia group is where you can get the best information when it comes to that contest. What do we have for you? Mama View Sobwaje is speaking to organizers. Stay with us.